What is going on YouTube? And we are back again today with episode 2 of FIFA 22 starter squads, and today we're going to go for the most expensive Premier League team in Ultimate Team. If you are new here, hit that subscription button, turn on notification bells so you don't miss a video. Let's just jump straight in. So in goal we have gone for Ederson. I believe he's going to get a nice rating upgrade. I think it's very close between Alisson and Ederson. I just think Ederson takes it just because Man City had a better season overall last season. Also, Alisson conceded a lot more goals than he normally does, obviously with the defensive injuries that Liverpool had. So I think that Ederson will be 90 rated. I think he will be the highest rated goalkeeper in the Premier League. I do feel that he'll probably be about 60 to 70k at the start, maybe a little bit more. It depends on how the new rival system works and how many coins are going to be put into the game straight away. But I do generally feel that he will be the most meta goalkeeper just because he's very, very fast. He's also very big. Going into our defence, we have Van Dijk and the newly transferred Varane. Now, Van Dijk have downgraded too because of his injury. I don't know if EA will downgrade him. It's tough to say, but he's going to be 500, 400k easy. He always is. Varane, one to watch, we're looking at 1 million coins easy. I'll be very surprised if he is less than that, unless they make him stupidly slow. But we all know that Varane is fast. His one to watch, because they're changing how the one to watch system works, he's going to be much easier to get upgrades. It won't be inform based from what I'm reading. Apparently it's more clean sheet based, or if he scores and gets a clean sheet, a man of the match. Whereas before it used to be if he had an inform, he'd get an upgrade. Now they've changed it to this. But that is looking at just those three alone. You're looking at 1.5 mil easy. Moving on to our left back and right back, we have gone Kyle Walker again. Man City and Kyle Walker himself had a very good season. He also had a very good Euros run. I think he'll get upgraded to 87. I think Luke Shaw, this was tough for me because there was a few quote unquote faster defenders in the Prem who would fit FIFA meta more. I generally think because Luke Shaw has such a good season since they signed Telles, and also because of his Euro run, I think EA have to upgrade him. I think they need to make him a much faster left back than they're saying. If this is the case, he will become the meta left back just because of the link to Varane and the midfield and anybody other options you have there. I think Kyle Walker normally hits about 100 to 200k, maybe a little bit more. It depends on his pace again. And the same thing for Luke Shaw. I think we're looking at 100k there. Moving on into the midfield, we have got Bruno Fernandes. I think that one was obvious. He's had a fantastic season. I think they're going to upgrade him by 2 just because of how many special cards he does get during the FIFA cycle. Player of the months, player of the tournament, player of the knockout stages, informs. So I think they have to, as much as he deserves a much higher rating, they have to put him down to under 90 just because of how many special cards he will get. Paul Pogba, I think, is always expensive in FIFA, but we don't know if he's staying. We don't know if he's getting a transfer card. We don't know anything just yet. So he could be changed out. But I would say Pogba. If not, it will be Kai Havertz is a backup for the most expensive in Ultimate Team. But I think Pogba, Bruno 100%. You're looking at, I think he was like 500k when the game first came out. Maybe a bit less. Pogba's always around 200, 300k because of the 5-star skill and just how dominant he is at the beginning of the game. So I think them two alone, again, you're looking at like 1 mil easy. We're at about 2.5 mil altogether in coins. We are going to go to our next centre mid position, and it has to be no other than Kevin De Bruyne. Again, him and Bruno are basically the same player. They're both phenomenal footballers. They change the teams. They change the game. They can grab hold of it. Can go straight out of defence into attack and create a goal out of nothing. So I think Kevin De Bruyne has had a good season. I don't think it's been anywhere near as good as Bruno, but he has had a good season. I think he will be 90 rated. I think they're downgrading by 1. But again, that's just because of how many special cards he can get. It depends on injuries as well, of course. But we'll see. I think they're looking at around, again, the same sort of price as Bruno. 400k, maybe a bit lower because it's Kevin De Bruyne. He's not as popular as Bruno. Moving on, we have got Son on the left and the newly transferred one to watch Sancho on the right. I don't know if you know, but there's been some new information out that Son will be 5-star skill, 5-star weak foot in FIFA 22, which already would make him an extremely overpowered left mid, and his price will also match that. He will be worth a lot. I don't know exactly how much he's going to be. If he is 5-star, and he fits the meta mold, and he has some very good traits and attributes, we're looking at 1 million coins easy. Sancho, brand new player, a lot of hype around Sancho. Obviously a one to watch. He's going to be 800k easy. Again, the one to watch system has changed, so it'll be based on how many goals the team score, if he gets man of the match, etc. It won't be just team of the week based anymore, so we don't have to worry about him getting 2 goals or 3 assists in one game, be able to get an inform, because we know that EA don't really understand how team of the week works. They don't do it off live performances, they do it on if they're going to sell packs. So I think with this new one to watch basis and the format it's going for, I think that he will get quite a lot of upgrades. I've kept him the same rating. I've increased Son's rating by 1. Obviously Harry Kane and Son together were phenomenal, so that's the only reason why I think he would go up. Obviously 5-star makes him ridiculous on FIFA. Sancho, it depends on his weak foot, but just the hype alone will make him as expensive as he is. So I think Son is going to, like I said, around 800k to 1 mil. The same for Sancho, just because of his one to watch. His gold card will be a different price. And leading up to the final position, which is going to be our striker, I struggled very hard to decide who to put here in terms of the most expensive in FIFA. I had the choices of Harry Kane, which we all know he's probably going to get an upgrade because of how good he's been this season. Aubameyang because of his pace, but he has been downgraded a lot, apparently, according to leaks and information that's been set on Twitter and etc. So I think they will knock his pace down a bit. And we have Werner, and I've gone for Werner, and this is because last year he was like 250, hit 500k at one point when the game first came out. He had an awful season at Chelsea, but he will adapt and he will start scoring again. I think now that he's not a one to watch, an 84 is a fair value for him. If he's very, very fast in game, he will be super expensive just because of that fact. We all know that EA love the old pace merchants, and they love to make cards more expensive based on pace. The Premier League on paper in terms of signings is probably the strongest league there is now. We have pretty much got every single world best player, give or take 4 or 5, which are the best of the best, of course. We have got most of them in the Premier League now. I think La Liga is lacking in a lot of talent nowadays. I think they have talented players, but they are definitely lacking in that department. The same as Serie A and Ligue 1. I do think the Prem has the best players in terms of overallness. As you can see from here, it's mainly Manchester United, Man City. We've got some Tottenham players in there, Liverpool. They've got some of the best players around the world, which makes the league the most entertaining in my opinion. But this is going to be the video for today, so if you have enjoyed it, or if you do not disagree or agree with anything that I've said in the video, please drop it down in the comments down below. Hit that subscription button, turn on notification bell so you don't miss the next video, and we'll catch you in the next one. See ya.
I'm coming with a vision that's cold, you can sit back, chill with a pen and take notes. Haven't got time for the tripping flow, I'ma take my aim with a pen and unload. Cut back spray, let my enemies know when I reach